Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. It's Tuesday morning and we've got transfer news coming your way. Yes, the Bryan Mbeumo deal. What the hell is going on with it? It looks like Man United might be walking away. Or are they just faking it? Are they telling Brentford that they are in a position to walk away and then Brentford might panic and sell him? We are talking about lots of other transfer news as well. Outgoings. What's going on with Jadon Sancho? What's going on with Marcus Rashford? It is crazy stuff going on at Man United today. So make sure you stick around, make sure you hit the like button on this video, and if you're not already a subscriber to the Man United stream channel, what you're waiting for, hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and more from one single daily dose. Kicking off today's show, let's talk about Marcus Rashford. Yes, Marcus Rashford apparently has told sources that he's willing to take a pay cut to move to Barcelona. This is the problem we've been talking about for a long time here on this show, which is these players that Man United have got who they're trying to sell, like Marcus Rashford, like Jadon Sancho. It's their wages that are a problem. And teams out there, clubs out there who are looking at signing these players, they might even like the thought of signing Sancho or Marcus Rashford, Anthony, and all these other players that are on the get out list. And there's one huge problem there. There's one huge problem, a huge stumbling block for the clubs that want to buy these players, and that is their salaries. They're on astronomical amounts of money for players like who just don't even offer Man United so much. They're on so much money that the other teams out there will not be willing to pay them. We've just heard from Real Betis in the last 24 hours that they're not willing to pay Anthony what he wants in salary, and that could scupper the deal. Same thing with Marcus Rashford, hence why Marcus Rashford has come out and said that he will be willing to take a salary cut to join a new club. That's how desperate he is to get out. And then we've got Jadon Sancho, and we believe also that he, if he moves to Juventus, will be taking a pay cut. All these players will have to take a pay cut. It just tells you how ridiculous Man United have been in the past when it comes to negotiating these contracts with these players, desperate to bring them in, desperate to keep them and pay what it takes to keep them there. Just ridiculous. And these players have been put on such huge salaries that they just stopped working. They knew that they've got long-term contracts. They don't really need to work. They don't need to improve. They just kind of coasted. And that's why United have ended up in the way they have. Now United are trying to play hardball in the transfer market. It's gone from one extreme to the other. But the problem with this approach right now is that the transfer market has changed. Players are going for a lot more money. So Man United squabbling over 1-2 million and pay structure and everything is not how it's done. Not currently. Currently teams are going out there doing stealth transfers, getting them done. We just saw Arsenal with Gyökeres. Yes, we knew they were linked with Gyökeres. Yes, we knew that behind the scenes, of course, there were talks going on. But the way they did it and how fast they've just sealed Gyökeres just tells you how it should be done. Man United haven't been doing that and are not doing that. Now, the Bryan Mbeumo deal, it looks like United have moved away slightly on this deal. I don't know whether they're calling their bluff, Brentford's bluff, and they moved away, but we're hearing that Man United are exploring other options if Brentford do not seal the deal. But I think that's just a tactic. I feel from the noises, what I've heard, from the people I've spoken to, Brentford will get this deal done. Man United will end up buying the player. Man United, if they let this one go, I'm telling you, they'll not hear the end of it. But this is classic Ineos. There's lots of fans discussing Man United and how they're doing in the transfer market and why they're behaving the way they are and blah blah blah, trying to look for an excuse, but it's quite simple. Look back into the history of Ineos and how they've worked at Club Nice, how they've done it there. They've done exactly the same things, how they've reapproached the transfer market, how they've clutched at pennies, and they've done exactly the same at United. They're doing the same thing. Aleppo never changes his spots. In this case, Ineos are not going to change the way they work. They've come in and they've tried to cut costs at United, and now they're doing the same for the transfers. They're not going to make any big name signings. They've never done that, and that's not their belief structure. They believe that they will bring in cheap players that have got potential, possibly to go on and do something big where they can then sell him, but they are not going to buy anyone who's going to be through the roof or some superstar. That's where we're going wrong. We as Man United fans are thinking, oh, Man United will go out there and buy someone crazy. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They're going to buy unknown players and they're going to hope that they turn good. That's where we're at right now with Ineos, and the Glazers probably loving it, because the Glazers are probably thinking, wait up, for years we were told you have to buy 1 or 2 superstars, even though it might be someone past his best, but we need to bring in 1 or 2 big names. But Ineos have come in and they're telling us, no, we're going to buy complete crap players, and it doesn't matter what the fans think. That's what the Glazers are probably thinking, sat there thinking, brilliant, we've got someone who's going to take all the shit for us. And Ineos are there thinking, yeah, well, we're going to make this club shitter than it already is. You know, how can you improve a team by bringing in lesser players and not getting rid of the players that you need to? Look, there is one issue we've got to accept. Man United are struggling to sell players, and the reason being is obviously salary and what contracts they've given them. And because they can't sell players, they can't really go out there and buy in new players, and they haven't got any funds available. This whole structure on the transfers is dependent on sales being made, and United are not making them sales. We've got Rashford, who's hoping to go to Barcelona. We've got Anthony, who wants to go to Real Betis, but really isn't going to get the deal done as things stand. Sancho looks like the most likely to leave. And then we've got Malacia and Garnacho, and we've heard nothing about them. No clubs are looking at them right now. I'm thinking Garnacho, maybe last minute, someone's going to come in, maybe Chelsea, maybe somebody else, because he is a hot talent, a future star. He's still got a lot of potential. Let's wait and see what happens with him. But that is it, guys, for today's show. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe. You're watching the Man United Stream channel by the fans for the fans.